Yes, hello, and welcome to Movie Review. This week I will review a couple films. I've seen them recently and I think that you all will enjoy them. The first I have for you today is one that's on Hulu, and Hulu is a beautiful streaming app if you're into the streaming thing, and you can buy Hulu. There's some pretty good movies on Hulu. The one I want to review today is none other than The Rest of Us. And it was not a Festivus for the rest of us, but it was a pretty good film. A little dark, a little dramatic. If I had a girlfriend, I think she might like it to watch it with me. It was kind of, well, it was very like, you kind of knew what was going on, but not really because the way in which the scenes moved, although it was very linear, and you got the feeling that you really liked Heather Graham not only because she was gorgeous in the 90s and in a lot of 90s films and kind of a more cute like female lead, and this one she's definitely a female lead, but I've always liked Heather Graham a lot. I got to meet her when I was like 18 and I think she might be like 10 years older than me. She might have been 28 then, I'm not sure. But anyway, so that was cool, but kind of an up and coming actress that I like that was played a really good part in this. And she was born in 2000. Was she 22? Yeah, she's 22, and she should be in college. If she's into school and not doing too many works in film. She's been in a lot of stuff though. Her name is Sophie Nelisse. I believe she's French Canadian, although born in Windsor, Ontario. Moved to Montreal with her family when she was just 4. So yeah, French Canadian for sure. Um, and she's been in some things, but she was really good in it. She played kind of like a I don't know. She's has a single mother. Her mother's Heather Graham, and she's kind of burnt out on her education, and her father's kind of not there, and so I think she kind of lacked a father figure in her life, and in the film, I think we see that there's just kind of this conflict ongoing between her and Heather Graham, and Heather's kind of like this like strong woman, I mean, she's not like it's not like South Park, but like she's a strong woman. Like she's got her career going for her. She takes a little bit of alimony from her ex, but she claims that the house that she built, which is very nice by the way, outside of Toronto, which I've only flown through Toronto, I've never actually spent any time there. Although they gave me a visa when I was there, and I never have used it. Um, anyway, so but yeah, it's a really nice house wherever they filmed this in Toronto, and she's like kind of a self-made woman. She's an artist, and her daughter is just kind of like this. I would say really well endowed, probably a decent upbringing, though like I said, didn't have the father figure. But I think more than anything, Sophie in this film kind of is reminiscent of a lot of women her age, a lot of young women her age, specifically born in yeah, like 99, 2000, 2001. And these young women are like juniors and seniors in college right now, or younger, usually younger, but a little bit, maybe freshmen in college, whatever. It's just there's a trend that I see with these types. It's like they're kind of what's the word? I don't want to say entitled. That's a strong word to me, but there's just like this like I was watching Teen Mom, and this and this daughter just gave her mom the finger and bitched her out, and I think that's cool, so I'm gonna do it to my own mom. And it's like that's terrible. Why would you do that? And so she kind of embodies that a little bit, but she's also like she kind of grows during the course of the film, which is cool, and kind of takes her younger half sister under her wing when her their both of their fathers passed away, and so kind of the main drama element in this is that Heather Graham is um, is having an affair, but no one knows who it's with. Um, she hasn't been with anybody in like 10 years since the divorce between her and her ex's name is Craig actually, and I guess Craig passed away, and so they um, they go to the funeral, and not long after that, I guess she gets a phone call from um, the current wife of Craig, and she's run out of money because Craig was running low on cash, I guess, at the time of his passing, and didn't have any insurance or anything apparently. So they actually moved in together. It became like sort of like a women's home, right? Like a women's shelter. It was kind of funny, but they were all kind of growing together. The younger half sister, because Craig and his well, the widow, right? The widow moves in with his ex-wife, and so the two daughters kind of get to know each other. Although one's like very young, but she's got like she's adorable. This she's a very good child actress. I don't know her name, but yeah, she was. I mean, she brought a lot because she was kind of insightful and like just kind of like that little girl that grows up without a father that is like driven and smart, and like you could tell, she's there's a quality there that she wanted like a sister. She wanted friends, and she has like this birthday party. And it's like a whole thing. It's kind of funny. So there's a little bit of like, especially if you're a woman, I think you find humor in it at times. And I think, like I said, it's a good kind of, I wouldn't say rom com. Definitely not a. There's nothing romantic about it. I mean, they don't show you the scenes of the affair that Heather Graham was having with whoever, but it shows her kind of like in the bathroom putting on some lingerie and stuff, and then her daughter found it, Sophie, and Sophie's like, "Oh my God, who is this for? I thought you haven't seen any, been dating anybody in 10 years since my father passed." And so that was kind of the foreshadowing of what's to come because, well, I won't tell you who the affair was with, but let's just say it gets pretty awkward in the house because they're all living under the same roof. Um, and that's that. I give it a C plus. It was a good film. Definitely one that you could watch with significant other, and especially if you're a woman and you can relate to like just being single and drinking wine by yourself and making lasagna by yourself or for other people, but then the other people leave and you're like, oh my God, I have all this extra lasagna. I don't know. We've all been there, right? Even men. Yeah. Okay. So I give it a C plus. It was decent. It was decent. And I love Heather Graham, and I think by the way, this Sophie Nerase, I think she's got a real future. She's a talented young actress. Um, I'd like to see her in some things. She's got a nice face. It's like she'll age well. Let's put it that way. I think she'll age really well and come into her own. I guess she was in a Jewish movie not too long ago. No, it wasn't a Jewish movie. It was just black and white called Monsieur Lazare. So I had to check that out. But anyway, it's cold in here. What was the other thing? Yeah, the other one I wanted to review today was Crazy. It's called The Voyeurs. It's on Amazon Prime, which is that technically a streaming service? I'm not sure. It's Amazon Prime. You rent stuff and they have their own stuff. This I believe was an original Amazon, right? They do like some of their own. They have their own studio now. The Voyeurs was directed by Michael Mahan, and I don't know too much about this guy. I guess he directed The Great Escape um, for Kate Spade with Anna Kendrick. I don't really know too much about him at all, actually. Some of his other works, if anybody knows, would be Save the Date. I guess he wrote that. Yeah, he wrote that. And something, it's on Netflix. I guess Everything Sucks. He wrote that as well. Um, he directed. He also directed Save the Date, and then just like a bunch of short films, and then Modern slash Love and seven short films. So probably like a compilation. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know this guy at all, actually. But I think it was a pretty good film. Like honestly, I gave this like a B plus because it was kind of edgy. Didn't know where it was going. The concept was weird, just but like I think very important for this time because I think that happens more than people realize. So I'll give you the premise. So I guess it was shot in Montreal. I thought it was in New York City. Anyway, shot and set in Montreal. It stars Sydney Sweeney. She was in Euphoria. She played like a high school senior that was dating like much older guys, I guess. Um, and I love Euphoria mostly because I like Judd Apatow and I love Apatow, and I always say that wrong. It's like the easiest thing to say, Apatow, Judd Apatow, great. And his daughter, by the way, goes to Northwestern. Maud, love her. So anyway, it stars Sydney Sweeney and Justice Smith, who's got an amazing voice. His tone is perfect for like that kind of melancholy, romantic comedy, like kind of like your Big Brother type voice. It's good. But anyway, Sydney Sweeney and Justice Smith are like a young couple, and they become really engaged with spying on their neighbors. Super weird, right? But it's not just any neighbor. It's like a major photographer that does a lot of work in the local art galleries and things like that, and a lot of it's kind of nude. Um, so a lot of art, and this guy's like bringing in really top models from across Europe and Australia, I believe, a few. Not Chrissy Teigen, thank God. Nothing. Anyway, uh, I don't mind Chrissy Teigen. I shouldn't say that. But anyway, so they're taking a lot of pictures, obviously, clothesless, nude. And I'm a never nude, so this sounds crazy to me, but it was just like they were so caught up in all of his love affairs with these models because he would shoot them with a camera, obviously. Um, and I don't know why I have to say that. And it just became like a thing where every night they would kind of use their little binoculars and kind of like have like they would make up a dialogue. They thought it was funny to like make up a dialogue and try to figure out what they were saying. And then they went so far as to like sneak into their house and or actually kind of crash a party, like a Halloween party. And they put like a speaker in the room that they were spying on because they wanted to hear what was being said between the models and this photographer. And he's like a British guy, right? Um, and then even the Sydney Sweeney befriends one of the models, and they go to like a spa together. It's like a whole thing. 'Cause she's like just so they're so interested. Like it's beyond belief. It's just kind of like a huge overreach of privacy invasion. But anyway, really, kind of a cliffhanger. And I think you'll see that this film, kind of like what I was talking about the other day, it's like with everything that can be so good, it could also be so bad. And so too is that true with things like, you know, looking for information and, how far are you going to take that, and when does it come back to bite you in the arse? And in this film, you really see it, and I think it's important. It's a pretty good film. I mean, Amazon Studios hasn't done a ton of I would call, you know, A-list films. I think the Val Kilmer documentary was outstanding, but there's been some that are just like, Hunters was good. Hunters was pretty good. Um, but anyway, so this one I gave it a B plus. I thought it was great. I think it's like a good film, but it's it's a little raunchy at times and definitely kind of a strange concept, spying on your neighbors. But I think it's important because I think it happens more than people think. But it was really well written, by the way. Um, I just don't know how you write something like that. So it's just to me like that's it's crazy. Um, and yeah, I don't have anything else to say about that. But it ends pretty crazy. They have like an art gala, and it's the main photographer's art gala, and the neighbors come because they're friends now because of the way that she befriended. Um, well, yeah, it's a long story. You got to see it. I don't want to give it away, but the ending is rather wild. We'll leave it at that. And I got some football to watch, so that'll be it for tonight. And I appreciate everyone coming out and watching my movie review. This has been another movie review. Thank you for watching.